Hi, and welcome to BremSter Puzzles, a channel where I try and bring you a new variant Sudoku every day to showcase the wonderful logic and fun that can be had while solving these puzzles. So today I'm going to be doing this by showing you three constraints that two of them I've shown, but two of them are ones I haven't shown so far this year. So today I'll be showcasing the anti-king constraint, the region sumline constraint, also sometimes just called sumlines, and the thermometers constraint, the thermo one we've seen before. And this is with a puzzle called Water Fountain by Stine. And of course, this puzzle is part of the Sudoku U series, which are puzzles that have been created by students, in this case, of FullDeck and Missing a few cards as puzzles and paradoxes class. So the whole point of this is these are puzzles that are being created by students as part of their coursework in learning how puzzles and paradoxes work to do logical thinking. At least, don't quote me on that. I don't want to get that wrong. But the important bit to me is we get puzzles, and puzzles is what we are here for. So if you're interested in exploring fun logic, that's great. Now, these puzzles tend to be a little bit on the easier side. Not always, often. I don't know about this one. We'll find out together. Because they're puzzles that are designed to be solved as part of classwork, and you don't want like a 4-hour puzzle if you're going to be trying to solve it as part of class, because classes don't run that long. So far these have all been really good, and I'm looking forward to seeing what we get. So, Water Fountain by Stine. So how did these rules work? Well, once again, we're starting with normal Sudoku rules. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. Then we've got the anti-king rule, which is sometimes called the no-touch or the untouch rule. And what that means is, in addition to not being able to see digits within any row, column, or box, a digit cannot see itself within any of the cells that touch it, even diagonally. So, for example, while this cell doesn't see this 5 in the row, column, or box, it does touch it on the point. Basically, it's called anti-king because a chess king, if this was a chessboard, could move from this cell to this cell. And because of that, this cannot be the same digit. So the way it's called, so basically the way it means is in this puzzle, any row, column, box, or cell that touches each other, even diagonally, cannot contain the same digit. That's what anti-king means. Now, region sum line, what that means is the sum of the digits on a blue line within a particular region, and a region is basically another name for a box. So this is region 1 or box 1. This is region 2 or box 2. Within a particular region must be the same for all regions the line passes through. What does that mean? So these two cells are what this blue line has, those two cells in region 1 and those two cells in region 4. So those two cells must have the same sum as those two cells. This weird line in the middle, those three cells must have the same sum as those three cells, which must have the same sum as those three cells. So in any region, the thick lines are region borders. Any line, its constituents within one region must have the same sum as its constituents within other regions. Similarly, those three cells must have the same sum as those three cells. That's how it works. And then thermos or thermometers, digits strictly increase as you move away from the bulb. So this digit must be higher than this digit must be higher than this digit must be higher than this. That's how it all works. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. Now, the first question I'm going to ask myself is, where can I put 1 in box 5? Because this digit is lower. A 1 can't go partway along a thermometer, basically, because if it did, I would need to put something lower than it further down the thermometer. So this needs to be the 1. Now I can ask myself, where does the 9 go? This 9 sees all of those, and if I put 9 in any of these cells, I'd need to put something higher along the thermo. That becomes a 9, and a 9 goes into one of those 3 cells there, but not here. It's in one of those 2. Now, where does 8 go? It has to go in one of these 2, because if I put 8 into any of these cells, I'd need to put something higher than it, and I don't have anything higher. If this is an 8, this would have to be between 8 and 9. If this is an 8, one of those would have to be 8. So I can't put 8 in any of those cells or there because of that. So 8 is in one of those 2. I know 2 is in one of those 2, because if I put 2 anywhere else, I'd need something between the 1 and the 2. It starts getting a bit messy after that. Do I want to pencil mark these longer thermos? Possibly, because this digit here is a maximum of 9, maximum of 8, maximum of 7, maximum of 6, maximum of 4, because I can't put a 5 here, maximum of 3, maximum of 2. So this is 1 or 2, 2 or 3, because it has to be higher, 3 or 4. This could be 4 or 6, 6 or 7, 7 or 8, and this has to be 9 because it has to be higher than this. So yeah, maximum 2, 1 or 2, 2 or 3, 3 or 4. This has to be higher, so 4 or 6 because it can't be 5. This has to be higher than 4, but it can't be 5. So it's 6, 7, 7, 8. This has to be higher than 7, but it can't be 8. So this is a 9. Do I want to do the same for these other thermos? Because this is a maximum of, maximum of 8 because it can't be a 9. In fact, I know 9 is in, 9 is on this line by Sudoku because, no, that's not true at all. 9 could go there. For some reason, I saw that 9 and say, I can't put a 9 there. There is an anti-king rule here. Oh, the 7 makes that the 8. There is an anti-king rule here, which I do need to keep in mind. Anyway, maximum 8, maximum... Why am I changing modes? Maximum 7, maximum 6, maximum 5, maximum 3, maximum 2. Because maximum 8, because it can't be 9, I have to go down. So 7, 6, 5, this can't be a 4, so the maximum is 3, maximum 2, but it can't be a 1. So this is 2, 3. This could be 4 or 5, 5 or 6, 6 or 7, 7 or 8. Okay. And the 2 is looking up saying, that's not the 2, so that's the 2 now. Okay, now these digits have to sum to 8. They can't be 1, 7. I don't have a 7 available. If they're 2, 6, they could be 2, 6. And if they're 3, 5, it must be 3 here with 5 here. 4, 4 doesn't work because I can't replicate, you can't use the same digit twice. 8 in this box is restricted because I can't put 8 here. So 8 is in one of those 3 cells. Now 8 on the line might be a problem. If I put 8 here, this line sums to 22, and then this line would need to sum to 22, which means these would need to sum to 16, which means they'd be 7 and 9. 22 is high for all of this, isn't it? But it may be possible. I can see 2 is up here because of Sudoku. Can't put 2 in any of those. Oh, this 9 sees that. This 9 sees all 3 of those cells. So I can't put 9 here. 9 is here. And now this is restricted. The maximum this could be is 876, which is 21. And if this was an 8 now, then this would sum to 17 plus 5, which is 22. So I can't put 8 in either of those cells. 8 is in one of those 2. 9 is right here. Where do I put 9? 9 and 9 puts 9 up here. I can't put 9 partway down a thermo. That 9 is looking up, making that the 9. But 8 is in one of those 3. Not sure about that one yet. 6 in this box is in one of these 3 cells. Not sure about that one either. 8 is in one of those 3. 1 in, if this is a 1, that's a 1, and this would sum to 15. Seems possible. 15 is quite a nice value to put in. Do I want to pencil mark this? Because this is actually a maximum of 7 because it sees 9 and 8. So this would be maximum 7, maximum 6, maximum 5, maximum 4, maximum 3. So 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, except it can't be 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7. It is a bit restricted. Now this is a 2 on this line. Someone better at math would almost certainly do better at this puzzle. 1, 2, and 8 must go in here with whatever digit isn't in here. And 1 is in one of those. I know 8 can't go there. Because if this was an 8, I couldn't put 8 in either of those cells, and that would be a problem. Oh, 9 is right here by Sudoku because of the 2 9s. So this digit has to be 1 higher than this digit because I've got 15 here and 14 here. So whatever that digit is, in order for these to have the same sum, is 1 higher than this. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. And it can't be 1 anymore. It can't be 1 anymore. If this was a 1, this would sum to 15, and this already sums to 15. So that's what matters here. Forget that. 1 has to be in here. And because 1 is in here, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 6, this is 7. The 2 says that's not the 2, that's the 2. And this now sums to 16. So for this to sum to 16, that's the 1. Oh, and the 6 made this 7 ages ago. But no one saw that. There's no proof on the internet or anything that I was that blind. 1, 3, or 8 go into those. That can't be an 8 because of that. That can't be a 3 because of the no touch rule there. And this can't be a 1 by Sudoku. Okay, the 2 looks across saying that's not the 2, so this can't be the 6. Oh, the 2 looks across, making that the 3, which makes that the 5. The 5 looks down, making that the 4, so this has to be lower, which makes it the 3, which means this can't be a 3. Very cool. 7 now is in one of these, but 7 can't be in either of the... Oh, where's 7 in this box? It's not in either of those, not in either of those. 7 is in one of those two, but 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 does not work. 7 is there, which puts 7 in one of those two. But we know these lines now have to sum to 16. Yeah, I kind of want some more numbers before I start playing with that. One, 3, 8. So I've got the 3. 1 is not in any of those or there. What is this quadruple? 1, 4, 6, and 8. Now there's no 8 there. There's no 8 there. There's no 1 or 6 there. This is 4 or 8 only. Huh. There's no 6 there because of that 6. This is maximum 8. So this is maximum 8. This is maximum 6. Maximum 5. Maximum 4. So this is 3 or 4 because it can't be 2. 4 or 5. 5 or 6. 6 or 8. And the 5, of course, means that's the 4, that's the 3. So these are all 5, 6, and 8. And the 3 looks up making that the 8, which makes that the 1, which makes that the 3. So these are all 5, 6, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, these are 5, 6, and 8. And there's got to be a 1 in one of those two. If this was 2 and 1, that could be a problem for this. Because if this was 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, the minimum here would be 5, 6, which would make this 15. And with 1, 2 here, that would need to be 12. It doesn't work. That can't be the 1. That's the 1. Four is now in one of those two, because I can't put 4 in any of those, and I can't put 4 there. If that's a 5, 5 is in one of those two. Now, if that's a 5, that's a 5. In fact, I know what this pair is. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7. Except these need to sum, this needs to sum to 15. So I can't put a 4 there because I've got 2 1s on the line. Great. But these need to sum to 15, so these need to sum to 15. This is 7 and 8 because I can't do 4 and 11. That's 4. There's no 8 there. This is 5, 6. This is 5, 6. So that's a 5, 6 pair. That's an 8. So there's no 8 there. That's a 5, 6 as well. Cool. So this is either 6 plus 5, which is 11. This is either 11 or 12. But the minimum here, well, I can cancel out the 4. This is either 7 or 8. Can it be 7? Yeah, it'd be 1, 6. If it's 8, it'd be 1, 7. I must put a 1 on that line. Because if I don't put a 1 on the line, the minimum it is 5, 7. Because I can't make it 5, 6 and it blows the total. So there must be a 1 in one of those two. And and the other digit is 1 higher than that. So it's either 1, 6 or 1, 7 because I've got the 4 and I've got a 1, which is 1 higher than that. Now it must be 1 lower than this. No. Yeah, 1 lower. I've got 5 here and 6 here. So no, it has to be 1 higher. So it's either 1, 6 or 1, 7. And that's now a 1, 6, 7 triple. Because if this is 1, 4, 6, that's 11, and this would be 2, 6, 5, and 1, 6, 7, yeah, is 12, and this would be 2. So this is a 1, 6, 7 triple. That's a 5. Which means that's a 6. I don't know if I'm doing this right. There's no 4 here anymore because of the 4 looking in. So 4 is over here. I may be doing this wrong, but I'm having fun. 1, 2, 5, and there's no 5 here, so that's a 1, 2. That's the 5. The 1, 2 makes that the 6, meaning there's no 6 here. There is definitely a 1 on this line. The 1, 2, 3, that's a 4. It's probably this, you know. I know this sums to 16, so I know what these sum to. Oh, hang on, the 6 looks down. That's the 7, that's the 1. There's no 1 here. This is the 6 or the 7. So if this is a 6, this is a 7. If that's a 5, that's a 6. And that can't be a 7. That's a 6. So this sums to 11, so this has to be 11. That's a 5. That's a 6. That's a 5. That's a 6. Neat. But I can do math here now. I tend to avoid it, but let's show you how that works. So I know those sum to 16, 26 when I add that 10. When I add this 15, that gets me to 26, 36, 41, 42. That's a 3. Now, I could have done it by Sudoku, but I wanted to show you how that worked. And the reason for that is if you add all of the digits from 1 to 9 in a column, you end up with 45. So I was trying to get the total to 45, knowing that is 16. But now I know that these digits are 2, 5, 9, and 259 is 16. So that's not the 7, that's the 7. That means this is a 1, which means this is a 2, this is a 1. I could have got that a different way using the 3 with Sudoku, but I'm trying to showcase different types of logic, even if I'm not very good at them. This is a 6. So this is a triple, and I'll be able to resolve it pretty quickly. This is 2, 8, and 9. There is an 8 and a 9 already, so that becomes the 2, and I can take the 2 out of those, and I'll use the 9 to make that the 8 and that the 9. The 4 looks across, making that the 5. Now the 5 and the 9 means that's the 2. Take the 2 out of those. Is there any, not that I'm seeing. Okay, yes, there's that 9, making that the 5 and that the 9. The color of the region sublines always tends to make me a little bit more blind, because the blue on blue is a little bit easier than it used to be. I've done some adjustments to my equipment to make it a little bit easier for me to see color. That's a 4 now. So that can't be a 4. If this was a 4, those 2 digits would have to be the same, because it'd be 4 plus whatever that is to be 4 plus whatever that is. Those would be the same digits. That must be a 1. Meaning, if this is 1, 4, that's 1, and it can't be. So this has to be 8. This is a 9 sum, so that becomes a 5. These 2 digits are 2 and 3. The 2 makes that the 3 and that the 2. Okay. 3 is in one of those 2 by Sudoku, and the 3 is looking down saying not there. That's the 3. Let's look at these 2 digits for the column, 1 and 7. So we'll use the 7 to make that the 1 and that the 7. This row is missing an 8. This box is missing 2 and 4. The 2 looks down, making that the 4 and that the 2. The 8 is looking up, making that the 4, and these are missing 5. No, I've got a 5, 6 and 7, and the 6 is looking up, making that the 7 and that the 6, and that is the solution to the puzzle. 2 solves in 100 days. That is way too low. Let's see if we can get this water fountain used, shall we? That was really cool. I like this one. Again, a really nice introduction to the logic of how region sum lines works, and it's also a really nice little anti-king. The anti-king wasn't too brutal, but helpful. I like it. Thank you, Stine, for the puzzle. Thank you to the Sudoku U students for everything that you're sending me. And as soon as I've got details about the book that these go into, I will share it with you. But for now, I'm just releasing the puzzles to you one by one, and hope you're having fun with them. Thank you everyone for watching, and as always, good luck with your solving.